Hey.
Hey, friends.
Well, hello, Thursday. I am Selin Duran.
And I'm Brandon Beston.
And we are here with Spill the Tea
and Build the Block.
And this is our first live show. I know you guys have been watching us for the last week and kind of figuring everything out. And so we are here to just kind of go over, spill some tea, talk a little bit about real estate, and then also just share some insights for small businesses in our community, because that's what we both believe in. So I'll kind of just start off. Brandon, how was your weekend?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
This last week was great. We actually, the LGBTQ plus Real Estate Alliance Colorado chapter had their 2026 mixer kickoff, which was a networking event. It's a great event. I was the president of the Alliance chapter last year, and it was great to just show up as a member and just have fun and be there to support my team, my old board and the organization.
Yeah, and when you're not responsible and you just get to show up to have the fun.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
How was your week?
It was good. I had honestly a lot of family time this weekend. We had Sunday dinner with my mom, our breakfast brunch. And I think it's really nice when my brothers, sisters, all the kids could come together and she cooks for us and we kind of just hang out, relax. I think there's no place like your mom's house. And so
nothing
we did
better
that.
than home cooking.
Yeah. Yesterday our office. One thing I love about our office is we were up there in Granby Ranch doing home site tours.
Awesome.
Big master plan that's been happening over the last couple of years and then going to continue in the next couple of years.
What all did you all do when you were up there yesterday?
So we got to do a little bit of snowboarding, our skiing. We had lunch.
How was the snow?
Hardly none. There was some fake snow up there. And as Colorado,
we're having a tough winter in Colorado.
It is. We were driving before we got back into Granby Ranch. We were like, is there going to even be snow? What are we going to snowboard on? But we did snowboarding, lunch, and then we go take vans to tour some home sites.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
How are the houses?
Beautiful. They have a little bit of resale starting in the high 300s.
Oh, wow.
New construction townhome at $569. And then it goes all the way up to $2 million and then $8 million. And so, yeah, you just got to take a look at the properties they have available. There's 76 currently active out there.
Right.
And
those are the new builds?
All new construction.
Great.
Mm-hmm. So just tons of revenue to be made out there and income, passive income, but also for families to buy a second home, a vacation home.
Yeah, I think when we were talking earlier, you were saying that it's a really awesome opportunity because Granby doesn't have a ton of hotels or a big, it's not a big resort town yet, that it has opportunity and they allow short-term rentals.
Yeah, so one unique thing about Granby Ranch is you can have short-term rentals. As we know, a lot of people kind of flood our mountain towns. And in some places, they're capped out. They're not allowing any more short-term rentals, where Granby Ranch is a little bit different because there are no hotels. And it's kind of a little kept secret here in Colorado. Not too many people go there. It's a mountain that's really beautiful in a little area. And so they allow for short-term rental. It's very easy to get the permit to allow that. You could have that before you close. And on the low end, the people that are buying these homes, they're making about $25,000 a year.
Wow.
Up to $168,000.
That's great.
So it's paying for itself and you're bringing some money in. So just great opportunity for people that are wanting to buy a vacation home.
Yeah. So if you've ever wanted a mountain property, it sounds like it's a great opportunity, someplace for you to go, take your friends and family, spend time, have fun, do some skiing, do some Colorado summer mountain stuff, but then also make some income when you're not there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So you got to have the best of both worlds. And I think as we'll be talking more on the show, are those opportunities and things that people don't know is you can have 7 family members on a loan and you guys all go in on a house that is $2 million. And when you're splitting that among 7 people, that mortgage may not be that high. And then when you're renting it out, that's kind of paying for itself. So those are things that we'll be talking a lot about during the shows.
Yeah. And I know something that's really important to both of us is like helping people build generational wealth.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity to do that. So if you have any questions about Granby Ranch or are interested in getting more details on the financing options, the properties that are out there, send us a message. We'll have a form dropped in to the comment section at the end of the show so that you can reach out to us to get more information.
Yes. And then maybe we should do like a party bust. So people,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you have a lot of equity in your home or something you're thinking about, we, and you want to learn a little bit about it, we can take you up with us and have a day of golf or snowboarding and kind of do that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds very Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah.
So kind of we'll jump into right now is just a little recap because we want to be very informative about educating our community. That's like the biggest thing is we have knowledge, everything we learn, we also want to get it out there and share with our clients, our friends, our family, things like that. And so we'll jump into just a recap of 2025 and kind of what that market was looking like. A lot of people were nervous, sitting on the sidelines. What did the interest rates do? How many homes were sold? Things like that.
Yeah. I think something that's important is that, there's a lot of headlines. There's a lot of myths out there. And so I think the things that's important is that we got to take the emotion out of it and we got to look at the data. So I'm going to just go through some numbers for 2025. These are the national numbers. So in 2025, 4.1 million homes were sold. And that number, just for comparison, was pretty flat from 23 and 24. There is a prediction that there's going to be about 200,000 more homes sold nationally in 2026. The annual median home price for 2025 was $414,000. The interesting thing about that is that last year there was a lot of talk about prices were dropping and what's going on in the market. Is the market crashing? We have shifted in some areas of the country to a buyer's market where it's a little easier and buyers have some there's more inventory, there's more opportunity. But if we look at the national average, the trend is a 4% appreciation year over year. If we look back to 1990 to today, we're actually for 2025, we're up 7.4% from where that number would have been if you added 4% appreciation year over year from 1990.
Yeah, that's kind of the myth. Last year, I heard from a lot of people, not only clients, but just conversations on social media. They're them seeing that the Zillow prices, the price is decreasing. My home value isn't raising. And I think why that is, or why people are thinking the market is crashing, is because we are average is 4%, right, of appreciation of historically is what it's supposed to be. Well, in 2020, it was 8 to 10%. Right. And then 2021 was 15 to 20%. So home appreciation went up that much. And we kind of got used to that. Yeah. And I think in 2022, it dropped to 10 to 15%. 2023 is when we then started to see where it was coming back to the norm. And so I think that's one thing that people have to realize is the market isn't crashing. Homes aren't declining. We're just getting back to a normal appreciation.
We're leveling it out
for a healthy market. So yes, did we get a ton of sales happening during those years because the price and appreciation went up? But that's not normal and it's not the average.
Right. Yeah.
So we're getting back to that average level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. If you all have any questions or have any questions about the market or any of the numbers that we're talking about, make sure to put those in the chat below, and we'll be responding to those after the show.
Yeah, because I think there's a breakdown for median home prices throughout Colorado. We're kind of just going over what Denver's numbers look like, but I know we have people in Weld, Adams County, Jefferson, Arapahoe. So if there's an area that you live in that you want to know what your market is doing or has done last year and what it's doing so far in first quarter of 2026, write a comment, fill out that form, and we will be sure to give you all that information.
Yeah. I think the important thing to do, we're starting with national just because that's the place to start. But I think, real estate is local. Every market, every neighborhood is a little different and is very specific to that neighborhood. Yeah. So I think, if you really want to know, like you said, if you want to know about your neighborhood or your home, you need to reach out to us.
Yeah. And why we share those national numbers are because, both of us, we work with out-of-state agents all the time. So California, Florida, New York, Arizona, Texas. We've both built strong relationships with out-of-state agents. And so that's why we want to share that information, because if Denver's not where you want to be long-term, or maybe, we're expensive here in Colorado. So if you want to buy an investment property somewhere else, it's important to know what those markets are doing and what areas are the best areas to buy in.
And we can connect you, like you said, we
Yes.
can connect you to the agent that's local to your market. So, just get back to the data, so we can get through the rest of the national. So, like I said, in 2025, the median home price was $414,000. The prediction for 2026 is $423,000. So we do anticipate prices, nationally appreciating over the next year, which is great. So real estate's always a good investment, I think.
I think it's the only investment where you're going to have a good return on investing no matter what. And the more properties that you own, the better outcome you have for later in life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
build some generational wealth,
yes,
some passive income. So let's get into Denver's numbers.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is the Denver metro area. So this is the 7 Denver metro counties. The number of homes sold in 2025 was just under 42,000. And that's pretty flat from 2024. Just a little, went down just a bit, but pretty flat. The median home price in, again, the Denver metro area overall was around 586,000, and that was the median home price. And that is about 2% increase from the median of 2024. Median days on market, what do you think that number was?
A lot.
It's actually 37.
Okay.
Yeah. So
not bad. I hear agents that have been in the industry for like 25 plus years. They're like, back in the day, we used to be 9 to 12 months on the market.
Right.
So 37 is not too bad. Again, we got used to 24 hours on the market, 2 days on the market.
Yeah.
So all of us trying to readjust to the new norm and what is supposed to be more of a healthy market.
Yeah. And again, we're reporting out the median days on market. So there were homes that sat in the market longer than that. I think the average for last year was somewhere around 65 to 70 days on the market, depending on what part of the city you're in. So, and just to be clear, days on market is when the day it goes active in the MLS to the day it goes under contract.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everyone knows what exactly we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes in real estate, there's things that we talk about and we have to remember that the public, this is what they do every day. So just want to make sure everyone is educated and has the information they need.
Yeah. And so a little bit of forecast into 2026. What can we expect? Guess what? The same as 2025. There's going to be a steadier market. We're expecting and predicting that the interest rates are going to be staying the same as they were in 2025. And the best thing is buyers are still, I think there's going to be a lot of negotiation. There isn't going to have to necessarily be so much of a rush to make an offer on a property so soon. But also we have seen so far this year is what I'm telling all sellers and what we are educating our sellers on is home has to be in A+ condition in order to get the maximum profit on it. Less days on market, less showings, multiple offers. And sometimes right now in this market, you don't even need multiple offers. You just need one good, strong offer.
It's only one house, one buyer.
Yes. And so I always now telling my sellers, let's go tour homes on your area to see.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Like, okay, there's 3 homes. Yeah. There's 3 homes on the market. Let's go walk it. If you were a buyer, would you be interested? If not, then why? So carpet, paint, landscaping, window cleaning, staging, flooring, all of that is super, super important. And so that's one thing that I'm really driving into my sellers this year is I'm being a little bit more firm. I'm like, you're hiring me. I'm the expert. So trust the process because then you will be sitting a little bit longer if you don't price right. So that is what they are predicting for 2026. It's going to be very similar to 2025, but we just need to be proactive from the beginning. And pricing is what matters most.
Yeah. So back to the interest rates, I think we talked about they're floating around the 6s right now.
Yes.
They did. Let's just go through the numbers for 2025. So we started the year at 6.62%. That was the average. These are national numbers. They peaked around 7.1% in the middle of the year, and then the end of the year about 6.3. So we're still floating around the 6 right now. You know, it depends what's going on in the market, but we've seen them drop under 6 recently, but they are floating up and down around that 6 number.
Yeah, and that's the same right now. They're around that 6%. And you hear a lot of times where people would want to do a price reduction versus a credit from the seller. And that we'll get into that on another day. But I think that's where there's the opportunity of where we can get a credit from the seller. Our buyers could even bring funds to buy down the interest rate. And so depending on if you're using your own funds, we just sold, helped first-time home buyers get in a property. They had their own down payment of 3.5%. They got a rate of 4.75.
That's great.
So we used a good amount of credit to be able to buy down that rate. And then if you're looking at down payment assistance, you can also buy down the interest rate. And so in the last couple of months, most of our buyers that have used the program are around 5.5 to 5.375.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
The one of the thing that's great about working with a real estate professional is we both have lenders that we work with that are going to be able to help you show different options that are available to you. You know, later on in the year, or we have an episode coming up that we're going to be talking about different down payment assistance programs, first time buyer home programs. We'll have a lender on to share more information.
Yeah.
We're not lenders, we're real estate professionals, but we have great lenders that we work with. I think this is a great time to shout out. Should we shout out our producer?
Yeah. So I was just going to say, I'm not a lender, but I be acting like I am.
Well, why's that?
My husband, who is my preferred lender and also our producer behind the scenes right now, which has also helped me in my business because now I kind of understand their side of it and how that works. And so not only are we like double educating our clients, but I'm able to have an understanding and know how to answer those questions as well. And so it's super important to kind of know. I think as agents, we should know a few things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If it's something I don't know and I'm not the expert on, then yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to answer a question that I don't know.
Yep.
But if I know something, and then I'm definitely going to educate our people about it.
The great thing is that we don't know the answers, which we don't know everything. No. And that's if somebody tells you they know everything, that's probably not the person you want to work with because they're probably lying to you.
Yeah.
But we know where to find the right answers.
Yes.
So I have a question for you, and I'm going to kind of throw you a curveball here. I always wondered about real estate agents that are married to their spouse is also in the industry, but like a lender or real estate partner like you guys. What is are we talking about loans and clients at the pillow? Are we having pillow talk?
That's been the hard part where we've now we live together, we raise kids together, we now work together. So it's been really, really tricky. And then I'm a psycho control freak. So that doesn't help either. Take the blame. But
do you set some boundaries?
We have. Our therapist said, let's, instead of texting, treat it like you would, if I'm texting another real estate agent, I would email them. So we've gotten better with emailing, like, hey, what's going on? Or like communicating through email so that it's separate. And we've decided like at 8:30, once we're home, like we're not talking business.
It's family time.
Yeah. We're putting our phones away. No real estate talk at all. No client talk. So those are little things that we're trying to do to make, because it is hard.
I bet
it is hard.
Yeah.
So, but you make it work, right? We have the same intentions for the people that we work with. So we want to make a difference. And so we know that that's the main reason. So we just got to pull it together. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's hard. And you work with your sister, right? On the lending side.
Yeah.
How does that
my
go?
sister is my preferred lender.
Okay.
I mean, we don't live together. We don't work. I mean, we're not working in the same office like you. Yeah. We don't go home together. Yeah. So I think the boundaries are pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I try to get my sister, I'm needing help. So I'm like, well, I'd rather, I trust her. I love her. And so I'm like, why don't you come work with me?
Yeah.
And she's like, absolutely not.
Family business.
No, she don't want it.
She's like, not interested.
No, she's like,
she knows how controlling you are.
Yeah, she's like, no, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, but it works out well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me shout out my sister since we're talking about her. So Rachel with DMVR Lending, her and Abby McDaniel work together at DMVR Lending. So that's one of my preferred lenders.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah. And we don't ever pressure anybody. Like, as you guys all know, even though he is my husband, I have other lenders that I work with. And sometimes I know when I'm meeting a new client or a client, if it's not going to be a good fit, then I'm definitely going to refer you or recommend you to one of my other preferred lenders.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I tell my referral partners that I work with, it's like, I'm not going to be the right fit for every client.
No.
There are what is like 9 billion people in the world. I do not. I mean, I love people and I love helping people, but I do not want to help everybody buy a house.
Yeah.
So
no.
yeah.
Okay. So kind of to wrap up a little bit. So it's National Women's Month. Woo woo.
Women's History Month. Yep.
International Women's Month. So we're going to be talking a little bit more diving into next week. But one thing that I did want to highlight is Bohemian Blooms. I met her almost I guess a year ago from some ladies in our office. If you guys see the cool little hats that I wear, she's the one that designs those. So she's done a couple of workshops for me. She's super affordable. She's a Latina owned small business owner, and she will be at the Arch this Sunday, March 8th from 10 to 4 at a market at the Arch.
It's an all women's vendor market, right?
All women's vendor market.
That's awesome.
And so
support those ladies.
Yep. We'll be attaching that flyer in the comments. And then also you'll be seeing it on my stories on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. So go out there and support. If you guys like the hats that I wear, she's amazing at what she does. She does a lot of hand drawings on her art. So she's very artistic, and her work is beautiful. So
yeah, I think something that's important to both of us is that we are very tapped into community.
Yeah.
Community is so important to us. And so we want to support, we're small business owners, and we want to support other small business owners. So if there's a business that if you know of a small business that we could support that doesn't have to be necessarily real estate related, like yours is a hat.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the wrong thing. A hat company.
I don't. Hat lady.
The hat lady. Yeah. So she's a hat lady. But if there's any other small businesses that we can support, we love women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, LGBTQ plus owned businesses, local, small. We'd love to support our small businesses.
Yeah, and that's part of where our spill the tea, build the block is. That's the part of it, is building up our neighborhoods, our community, building our trusted partners. As well as we grow, we want to build everybody up as we're growing through life.
I mean, we were just in a class today just to talk about it, but our OP, Brian Smith, was talking about, he's operating principal. Yeah. We use the acronyms in real estate. We got to remember we're talking to the public. So he's one of the owners of our office, and he was talking about people, they buy a community. When they call us, they want to live in a community. Mm-hmm. We have to find the right house for them in that community, but it's about the whole community, not just that single house.
What makes those communities special?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. So what are we doing next week?
Yeah. So next week, tune in next week, next Thursday, 6 p.m., same place, same time. We are going to be talking about Women's History Month. We're going to be talking about the history of home ownership, of women's home ownership, different programs for single moms and how we can help them tap into resources. Looks like you wanted to say something. No. Interrupt me if you want to.
No, I'll let you finish, and I don't think I'll forget.
Okay. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our Instagrams, YouTubes, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. These are they're live on Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully that's where you're watching us. And then they'll be posted to our YouTube channels on Friday. Yeah.
And we want the feedback too. Thank you guys all for, sharing some time with us this afternoon. Thank you, Brandon, we got this podcast room here in our office a couple of weeks ago. And so I was like, Brandon, let's do something together. And I wanted to do something a little different than a podcast. I wanted to do a live show, because this is where you get to see us real and raw and just unedited. So
let's hope we don't get canceled.
We don't want to offend anyone, but this is kind of who we are. And so if you connect with that, and we want to work with people that are just like us. And so thank you for being open to this and rolling with me on it. And
thank you for letting me be a part of it. I'm super excited. Yes. Yeah. So again, we're gonna put some information in the comments after we go offline. There's going to be a form to fill out information. So if you're interested in getting any information about homeownership, you're looking to buy, sell, invest, we're here to help. If you have questions about the market, even if you're not ready to buy now, there's going to be a forum for you to reach out to us. If there's any topics or anything that you're interested in us discussing going forward, let us know. Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
we're here to do.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. If there's any topics, or if you're like he said earlier, if you're a business owner or you feel like you could fit in here as a guest speaker, we'd love to have you.
Yep, that's the
Okay.
plan.
I think, is that it?
Did we do it?
That's our first
Cheers.
live show.
We spilled the tea.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll get juicier as it goes on. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend. Stay safe.
Be kind.
And it's daylight savings or spring forward savings.
Yeah, we're springing forward this week.
So remember to change those clocks.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.